Hey, what's up there, first. Today we're going to show you how you can remove and replace your valve cover gasket on a Toyota Camry with a 2.2 liter 4-cylinder engine. You can come in.
I got chicken anymore, you first.
Alright, so the first thing you want to do is to remove our spark plug wires. And when you go to remove these, make sure you grab it by the boot and twist and pull, and you don't grab it by the wires, okay? Because if you grab it by the wires, you could damage these wires, then you'll have to replace your wires. That. And then we just grab our spark plug wires and put them back here. Next we'll remove this clamp that's holding in this PCV hose that goes to our PCV valve. And then remove the hose from our intake manifold. As you saw, our PCV valve came off with this hose, so if the same thing happens to you, it's time for a new PCV valve. That's because the seal, the rubber seal here, the rubber grommet that holds this into the valve cover is dried, and it's not keeping this in place, and air is leaking past this. So if the same thing happens to you, get a different PCV valve. And next we'll remove this clamp, that's for our breather hose. And next we'll twist and remove this breather hose as well. So in order to be able to more easily remove this valve cover, we're going to have to remove this bracket as well. And this bracket is held in place by this one bolt down here. And this bolt requires a 14mm socket. Now we just set this aside here, it's fine. Alright, now there are basically 4 large nuts that are attaching this valve cover to our cylinder head. And these are right around your spark plug wells. And these are going to require a 30mm socket to remove. There's one. Alright, and next you want to remove the seals for your spark plug wells, which are these guys right here. Alright, now we should be able to take this valve cover off. If you have a hard time taking this off, you can just hit it from side to side with a rubber mallet to loosen it up. If that doesn't work, you can stick a screwdriver around the edge on the corners. Just make sure you don't go in too deep. You just want to grab the lip of the edge basically and just pry it. Once you hear it crack and get loose, then you can use your hand to rock it back and forth and loosen it. Now I don't know how this is going to be, but we're going to try it. Alright, I'm going to try the screwdriver trick first. There we go. Alright. Once it's completely loose, I'm gonna pull up on this wiring a little bit, then lift, and twist, and it should be out of here. Alright, so next we'll remove our old valve cover gasket from the groove that's inside our valve cover. You may need a small screwdriver to pry it out if it's really dry. And next we'll get some brake clean and clean out this groove where our new valve cover gasket is gonna sit in. Alright, and next we'll install our new valve cover gasket. Make sure it's pressed in all the way and it's not loose anywhere. Alright, next it's time to clean up the mating surface that's on the top of the cylinder head, and we're going to use some razor blades, some brake clean, and some rags to thoroughly clean this. You want to pay special attention to these corners on these camshaft bearing caps though. These are the areas where silicone is applied, so you want to make sure you get all the old RTV silicone off these areas and get them as smooth as possible, because we're going to be reapplying silicone to these areas. We'll also be putting silicone here too. And here's a look at the other side where you need to do a thorough cleaning as well. Alright, and here's a look at our top of the cylinder head, our mating surface. We were able to get this somewhat clean, but you know, we started off really dirty, so this is pretty good. But again, the areas you want to pay attention to are these areas, right by these bearing caps, these corners. We're going to be putting silicone on here. You want to make sure this is clean and free of any oil and dirt on this corner. Same thing on the back side. Also, this little area down here that you guys can probably see, it's uneven. You might not be able to see its unevenness on the camera, but it's uneven, and we need to put RTV silicone here too. And we have the same thing on the other side as well. Alright, and here's a close-up of the areas you put RTV silicone. These 3 spots here, and then one more spot on the back of this bearing. And same thing on this side as well. Alright, and now we get our valve cover with our new valve cover gasket on. And just slide it on. There we go. Next we get our spark plug tube seals. Dip our hand in some clean engine oil. Rub it around our seals. And then slide them over. And next we get our securing nuts. And we start screwing them in. And we'll start by hand. And you want to go from the center out. So we do these 2 first. We tighten them down by hand. Then we go outwards. And next we'll torque them down to 17 foot-pounds going from the center out. Alright, so I'll stop recording here because I got to go get that PCV valve, but the rest should be pretty self-explanatory, just the whistle removal, and you should be good to go. So with that said, hope this video helps people out there. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe if you want to see more like it, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.